Oh, and welcome back again. We're going to be taking a look at game number 2 here. OG facing off against iG.Vitality. I'm Lyrical, joined as well by the wonderful Lacoste, my main man. How you doing? Oh, God, no, it's happening again. We're going to join the call again. Lacoste, can you hear me? Oh,
Yeah, I can hear you, buddy.
oh, God, you scared me. Oh, that scared me for a second.
Yeah, I don't know. Discord is not doing really well today. I don't know. This is not connecting. Sometimes I can hear you, sometimes I cannot. So we need to call each other a couple of times. Let's see what's happening in the game. Another tech is banned. Like
I'm
I'm not sure
wondering,
who plays techies. Like what is happening with OG?
you know,
Probably Jarex.
yeah, to me, this feels like it's something where, like, all right, they get to MDL, all of a sudden there's some scrims going around, maybe some things start to get shown off, and then they're like, yeah, we don't want to deal with that. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, probably. Like the Chinese community is probably more connected, and screams get leaked out. What's happening probably between European teams, Western teams as well.
Oh, yeah.
If you're not in the same group, you're just gonna probably share the information. I'm not saying it's fair, but that's what happens.
It's a possibility. You never know. You know what you do? You pull the Peter Baelish on him, or the Tyrion on him, I should say. You leak
You just
different
kill anyone.
scrims. you you leak different scrims to different teams, right? And then you see what people ban against you. You're like, those are the guys. Those ones right there. Don't trust them.
That's smart. That's
And then you kill them.
200 IQ play right there.
Exactly. Well, nonetheless, it's going to be an ancient apparition. First pick overall by iG.Vitality, followed up by a Lone Druid Lion. Just throw everything out. We're doing something completely different.
So they're opening with the Big Daddy's hero, Lone Druid the Lion. I'm not surprised that Lion is picked up. He is really strong. He wasn't that strong before because he couldn't use his spells. Now he can because his first spell does not cost that much mana.
Yeah. Well, and the other thing that I've been seeing, I haven't seen it in pro games yet, but I think it's going to come around
What?
sooner or later.
You didn't see him in pro
No,
games?
no, no. I didn't see. I'm talking about a strategy.
Oh,
Where you max mana drain and then you just run to somebody and impale them and then you mana drain them over and over and
and
over again.
keep. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. But
No.
uh, also, that's a big buff. Like you can just slow him down a little bit more after you use two of your spells.
Hmm.
AA Tusk, that's kind of guaranteed cold feet, but not sure how to feel about the AA. Lone Druid is a self-sustainable hero, and they can run aggressive tri-lane if they want to on side of OG with Lion +2.
Yeah, that's a good point. It could be an issue. And I mean, with God, you take a look at like an AA. I guess though that the other thing you could say is that maybe you pick somebody that's like super good in the lane against Lone Druid on a one-on-one matchup, and then you go aggro try into aggro try. That could be a thing.
Yeah, that's true. So they banned out Gyro, no surprise there. Also, Lifestealer banned from OG.
Yeah.
Lifestealer, one of the better heroes against the Lone Druid because he can just open wounds the bear, and if you have any infest bomb, he can just get on top of him. He can't use the Savage Roar to drive him away because of the rage.
Hmm. That's kind of cool. Well, it's an interesting little lineup there to start with the Life Stealer band out now. Uh, I guess is there anything else that really deals well against Lone Druid? Like I'm seeing this Lone Druid as a first pick overall, and it feels kind of bold to me by OG. You know what I'm talking about?
Um, Not necessarily.
No?
Like there are counters to a Lone Druid, but that's their comfort pick, and they play well with it.
Okay. So if you were iG.Vitality, then what would you want to do to this Lone Druid? What's your game plan against it?
I mean, they can. He's not that hard to shut down in the laning stage. If they go dual lane against him, then they are kind of weak because if they put Tusk +1 on the offlane and face Lone Druid who's alone, you're gonna have a weak lane, which is AA plus whatever it is. It's a weak lane
Okay.
because
Okay.
AA is really weak in the dual lanes, and they need to tri-lane this
Okay.
from iG.Vitality probably.
Okay. All right, and we'll see what OG decide to run then. As the Death Prophet was also banned out, even if they do tri-lane it, it's still a thing where you don't want to run into like a Death Prophet getting a Spirit Siphon while you're shardsed in. That's just awful. It's the worst feeling in the world in the mid lane. As Clockwork is taken by OG.
I wanted to say that we're not gonna see Clockwork too much in the previous series because you were mentioning something that they're working like a Clockwork. Maybe it's gonna be an offlane Clockwork. Who knows? Because I don't feel that he can contribute that much as position 4 since there are like 2-1-2 scenarios right now, and he doesn't provide you anything in the laning stage. He does not. If you put Clockwork plus whatever, he doesn't harass. He needs levels. He's just taking the XP until he gets level 2. Then he can become active, but not that strong.
So do you think then that this is going to be a Clockwork that is like, I guess the thing I was thinking of is if they're going to go back for SF now for OG and try and get that little bit of like boost into it. It feels like it's a hero that kind of fits with Sebastian.
That's true, but I kind of feel that Lone Druid and Shadowfiend is
Too
it's
greedy.
kind of greedy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that
I mean,
makes
if
sense.
if you build Shadowfiend as magical damage, then it works because you have a Lone Druid who is tower damage hero, and if you build into Helm of the Dominator, into Radiance or whatever is needed, you can scale well, but you also have that tower damage. Most of the games with Shadowfiends going into magical build, you blow up people, but nothing happens after that. Like you have a problem sieging tier 3 towers.
Right. Well, now Lina taken by iG.Vitality. Most likely going to be the half hero. Kind of spooky as well. I mean, it definitely, if I was now on OG, I wouldn't necessarily want to take a Shadow Fiend into that. And I guess also it's kind of scary for Lone Druid in some ways too, in the early levels. Like if Lina roams and just Lagunas him.
Yeah, maybe that was a kind of already a counter pick to if they plan to go for a Shadowfiend. Lina destroys Shadowfiend in the laning stage. Maybe not if he has Clockwork damage from the cogs,
Right.
but he is really vulnerable to Tusk ganks
Right.
as well. So maybe something else like a Puck or okay,
Ooh.
that as well. He can dodge the snowball, has built-in magical resistance against the Lina. But I've seen this matchup a couple of times. Lina also destroys Ember Spirit because of the attack speed. Lina is just not the classic like a Puck. She also deals a ton of physical damage.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of times even like Lina's picking up Blightstones early in the laning stage to try and mess with heroes. I don't know if that's something that we'd see in this one, but certainly Ember Spirit might be taking a lot of pot shots early on. Now taking the Tide Hunter for iG.Vitality. Just the big bad get up in their face and ravage.
Yeah, that's a good pickup. Lion is kind of considered as one of the counters to a Tide Hunter because he can't get out of the hex with his passive. But even if he hexes him, they have no burst damage. Like all of these 4 heroes deal damage over time besides, let's say, Lion's Finger. Other than that, and if he builds into a pipe, like they have nothing to deal with the Tide Hunter. So what are they looking at? They need Clockwork could be an offlane and they could still pick position 4. Let me just check what's left in the pool. I need to look at the heroes to actually think of heroes.
Not
Otherwise,
techies.
I'm not techies, yeah.
Yeah, it's a tough one if they wanted to do that. I mean, obviously the other alternative would be just to take an offlaner here of their own, but I mean, it's kind of weird, right? Like Lone Druid and Ember Spirit feel like it could be very good for like split pushing, delaying the game in a way. Or you could try and like, I guess you could maybe take like a Coddle or something and try and push early.
I'm thinking of maybe hero like a Razor and put him in a matchup against the Tidehunter.
Okay, I like that a lot. That'd be
What
real
else is
cool.
there? Yeah, because they have nothing to control him. Yes, I mean by controlling him, they're not gonna burst down this Tidehunter ever, and you have a
Right.
task to save you.
Well, and if they do that, it's really important that they get out early and scout out the lanes too to make sure that they get that matchup. Because if they don't get that matchup, could be very frustrating. So they're going to ban the Underlord, anticipating an off-lane hero.
So yeah, they think that Clockwork is position 4.
iG.Vitality, on the other hand, still
They need something to maybe more to control this Ember Spirit. Lina is all right to one extent. Tusk and AA doesn't provide you anything.
yeah, it's kind of a tough one because a
Maybe
lot of those.
maybe Troll. Troll is not a bad idea. The natural BKB carrier. All right, so they
Huh.
just want to have a lot of team fight, group up, and take the towers. Like it's hard to fight into Tidehunter's Ravage and Luna. That's why they banned out the Underlord, because he's good at 5 versus 5, good at deep pushing and builds into Pipe and the Crimson Guard against the Luna and Tide.
Man, and now like thinking about the laning stage too, an Ancient Apparition Luna lane, or if they bring the Tusk into it as well, that sounds terrifying. That's so much damage amplification early. But we'll have to wait and see. OG, one last pick for themselves. Is it going to be the 4? Is it going to be the 3? Let's see. And it's going to be a Brew.
Okay, so yeah, that this is a different approach. Because since they don't have anything to control the Tidehunter, burst him down, they're just gonna throw him up in the air with Panda. I guess that's the reason why they picked Brew.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So if you can't kill it, just dodge it.
Look at this set for S4. Oh wow, that is a really cool set. I like that S4 set. You see this thing?
What is that? I need to see it in game.
He's an ice fisherman. That's awesome. The little lobster on his belly. He's got a lobster belly. Jerax's set looks cool. Why are all their cosmetics so freaking cool? Oh, I'm very
They're
jealous.
rich.
That's a good point. It's
Yeah.
when you win. How many majors has it been at this point? Jesus. Gotta.
3, if I'm not mistaken.
No, you
Yeah.
did 4, right?
4?
Maybe.
I
Boston.
think it's 3.
Boston. Frankfurt. Manila. Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. Chat's gonna flame. That's fine. All right, game number 2 underway now as we get ready to hop into this one. iG.V facing off against OG. And iG.V really need a win here. Otherwise, they're going to drop down to most likely the bottom of the group at this point. And looking at a very long climb to get towards relevance.
Yeah, I wonder what the laning stage is going to look like. I'm just going to try lane with the lone druid. I mean, that does not just... It doesn't sound right.
Yeah. It definitely feels very weird.
Clockwork can help Brewmaster on top at the early stages. Just use the cogs, block the wave.
Yeah, and then of course, like, you know, you talk about rotations coming in from Jerax later. He ended up going for the boots first with some tangos. It does kind of... I want to watch how his movement patterns go, because, like, I've wondered how these 4 positions really are going to work that are, like, you know, boots early. You know he's just running between a couple of lanes, right? Like, I don't know. It's going to be tough for him to get stuff done, I feel like.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to mention that a hero like a Clockwork is not gonna be picked. But I wonder what he's gonna do after he gets level 2 if they don't score any kills.
Like, stack camps, I guess, maybe? I don't know.
Could be. Like, if you don't have a bounty rune to pick up, that's the same timing that you're leaving your lane, you can just stack.
Yeah.
So Panda What is he gonna do? Just try to harass people?
I don't know. I'm not sure what he's doing. Just wanted to walk beside the creeps for a second. And then let them go by.
Escort service.
Yeah.
Just escorting the creeps.
There you go. That's what it is. And Jarek's also going to be going for those body blocks now, getting the lane into a good position. Mid lane, they do manage to land that stun right off the bat. An impale onto bottom. Dogfights taking some punches as well as in July. He has not skilled yet and ends up going back for the early Quelling Blade as takes a couple more punches, and that does a good bit of damage there with the Orb of Venom.
Yeah, we're gonna call them bear fights in this lane.
Okay. Bear fights. Ooh! Look at that
What
impale.
ravage.
That was pretty. Gets at level 1. What do you think now in July? But it looks like Jerax is going to content himself with just trying to cogs push back the Luna and Super whenever possible here in this top lane.
Yeah, Clockwork needs to get level 2, and then they have a good killing potential. Also, Panda needs to get his clap.
Yeah. Taking some damage there on the Brewmaster. He's just going to salve up and walk away afterwards. Miracle maybe could have gotten to range there for the Lucid Beam, but another pushback, draining mana, causing trouble. Actually got 2 pushbacks there. This is all looking great so far for OG in the laning stage.
Yeah, it's all right, but I mentioned AA is not that strong. Yes, they're harassing a lot, but if they get caught out of the position, they could easily die.
Yeah.
I love what Clockwork brought. He just brought another set of tangos, a flask, and a clarity.
He knows what his job is in this lane. Just keep harassing whenever possible. We also saw Big Daddy take a lot of damage down here bottom. He's only down to 2 tangos, one of those shared with him. While in July still hanging on to a double mango and a tango of his own. So they might start running out of regen in this lane fairly quickly.
Yeah, Tusk is already behind the tower. Meanwhile, top lane, as mentioned, if they get caught out of position, AA is really slow hero and Clockwork has boots, so they have a good killing potential.
And they take down Ember in the mid lane as well. Just that easy rotation coming in from dogfights. And drops a ward. Does not have a clarity, so he's going to have to either bring one out to himself, yeah, with the boots as well.
Ember is doing a good job on a mid lane. I said that I've seen Lena's destroying Ember Spirits on mid. But Ember CS, pretty much the same as Lena's.
Yeah. I mean, he did get caught out that one time by the Tusk, and is going to need to avoid that going forward, but definitely having a nice time for himself so far. And meanwhile, he talked about the Brewmaster a little bit, but the most annoying part is just this early points in Drunken Haze and constantly spamming it out against Miracle on this Luna. Makes it hard to last hit.
Yeah, you can see it. Luna 9 CS, missing a couple of last hits. Also, Brewmaster picked up a bottle, so bottle got buffed. It's increased the amount of regen that you get. It's 100 per charge.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, but you can get the bounty runes every 2 minutes now, so you're gonna need to wait 5-minute rune, and then they fill it up fully instead of 2/3.
No. Fly just chasing after in July here, ready to throw out some more stuns. Top lane, not really anything to write home about again, but Jerax continuing to threaten these heroes, as S4 does have 1 point in the clap as well as Drunken Brawler. That's going to be a Tusk rotation up towards top. Doesn't spot anybody yet, but they're getting ready to fight around this 5-minute rune maybe. And Dogfight, eyes set here onto S4. They're going to try and go for the kill. They're going to be able to connect, and that should be a dead Panda. He'll picked up by Miracle.
Yeah, this is the good timing to go for a gank. Before, if they were dual laning, you go on a hero because you know the other position 4/5 support is gonna go for that bounty rune on 2-4 minute mark, whatever. Now when they're missing around 5th minute mark, you can easily try to go.
Jarek's able to walk away, hits the cog, so there's a couple of bounty runes that are going to be traded off. Looks like mid lane, half able to push out the creep wave since the Ember had to walk all the way back home. So we'll get a free wave pushed into the tower and denied some experience from the Ember.
Yeah, you can start to feel the difference a little bit. Lina, almost level 6, 10 more CS than Ember Spirit at this point.
Oh, and this is really close. Laguna Blade picked up right now, and Seb in trouble. Doesn't have his level 6 yet because he had to walk back to lane, and that's a kill.
Yeah, I was talking about Lina being a counter to Ember, even though Ember was picked as a counter to Lina.
Yeah.
Because she deals a ton of damage. Just 1 point of Fire Soul and 2 Null Talismans sitting on 85 right-click damage.
Well, they are again going to push back a couple heroes, half able to dodge away from some of those cogs, not the other ones though, as Dogfights made that rotation mid. And you got to be a little bit careful this next wraparound. Again, like Seb, he left the lane, had to walk back there and then TP'd out and then had to walk all the way back out again. So still not level 6 quite yet. Laguna Blade will be back up in 15 seconds, and it looks like the rotation is going to be down towards bottom. We're in July, only level 3, and behind the tower he is just going to be... excuse me? They got him. They aren't going to be able to get No-Tail, though.
Yeah, No-Tail bought Phase Boots on a bear is going to go for Mask of Madness, but it seems has Scorch stuff picked up.
Oh.
Brewmaster pulling the wave. He can't really farm that much, so just pulling the wave. Same thing the Tidehunter did. They're going to go on Ember Spirit again, but there's a Clockwork and Lion this time. It's going to be a certain death of Lina.
Yeah. Heads up play right there as well by Seb, sort of baiting it out a little bit with that snowball forward. They end up finding a kill onto Lina. Nicely done. So.
You can expect this kind of movement from their supports and react to that since you already killed Ember Spirit twice.
Yeah.
You can expect them to go and help the Ember Spirit, and then you can bring heroes around. Probably just a Tusk, save him with a snowball, and get the counter gang going. This Tidehunter is really not getting anything out of the lane.
Yeah, they definitely needed that rotation from the lane. I was kind of hoping that they were going to give him the last hit on the bear. But the chase is continuing here, and they have the Impale. A lot of damage with the Hex to follow it up. Well, he's going to be Hexed. They can't spell that one. Still chasing. But looks like In July is living for now, although No-Tail thinking about and flirting with the idea of chasing. Top lane.
I mean, he's not farmed, but he's hard to take down. S4 still not level 6.
Yeah, both offlaners hurting in this one. Jerax, level 3. Playing with fire. They know he's here. They have this ward and spot him out the whole way through. So they're just waiting for Dogfights to get his levels. Maybe hoping for more heroes to rotate in. They go immediately onto Jerax, starting to bring him down. And now maybe they can find themselves a secondary kill. No, they're not going to go for it onto S4. Mid lane?
Nicely played. They were acting like they don't see him. And when Panda TP'd, they just went on him. I mean, they could have went on him even before, to be honest.
Oh, and also Seb in some trouble. He's going to end up falling, so they get 2 more kills there mid. iG.Vitality, 2 and 7 so far, having a great time.
Yeah, they're playing around Lina, which they should.
Oh,
so a lot of kills. Another kill on top. Brewmaster splits, gets the solo kill on Luna.
Oh, very big. And much needed for OG there after a couple of rough minutes. Taking a look at the net worth so far, Lean is still topping the charts, but you have all these heroes from OG that are still sitting around that comfortable middle spot. It's mainly this Tide that's hurting like you were talking about.
Yeah, Tidehunter not having a great time. Just the brown boots magic one, that's what he has. He has the same net worth as AA.
Yeah, it's really rough. Below the Clockwork, and not really that big force that we were hoping we would see from him. To the point where I feel like, honestly, if the Lion rotates with level 6, he might just be able to help burst them. So, 10 minutes into this now, we do have tomes that are going to be up. Could give one to Fly, maybe. We'll see if they want to do that, or to the Clockwork. Because speaking of Jarex, he is miss uphill.
Oh, misses.
And he is have a raindrop available to him, but it looks like they're going to be able to get away with the Clockwork. S4 not so lucky, and they actually bring in the Lion as well. Fly just TPs to his death.
That was Lion Cup. Like, Lion doesn't go down that quickly.
Yeah, sure enough. They really want to defend this tower as they brought in a bunch of heroes, but instead it's going to be a movement in towards mid now, and the Rabid popped. This should be the tower taking a lot of damage.
Now look at Lena's damage with just 1 point in Lunar's Blessing. When that reaches level 4, Luna reaches level 15, gets that talent. Yeah, if they go together, these two girly heroes are just going to deal a ton of damage. Just raw physical damage.
Jarex is level 6. Spots out super. Going to be able to find a quick jump and an even quicker kill. Jarex gets that one. And reveal the hook shot. How about iG.V? Did they give the tome to... They give it to? The AA? Probably? He's almost level 6.
Yeah, he just bought it.
Okay.
So when he uses this, he's going to be level 6.5.
Bottom lane. They find in July yet again. Big Day No Tail trying to chase down this Tidehunter, who's feeling pretty good about himself. Then suddenly Seb shows up, and well, now he's probably likely not very happy with the situation.
He doesn't even have a Ravage at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, it's okay to save a point for Ravage. Imagine if you join a team fight and you don't have a Ravage.
It's not great.
That's instant 4 reports.
Yeah, the 0-3-4 build. A little different, but needs it to help catch up, I guess, in the jungle. They have found Big Daddy No Tail again, and with that Ice Blast, a quick and easy kill on the lone Druid. So just kills left, right, and center in this game. It has been the sort of state of it for a while, and they do have Hookshot available, able to find the Lina yet again. Caught for the moment, jump forward, a Yule Scepter. Trying to keep her alive for the moment, but it is all for naught. Miracle shows up, does have an Eclipse available, but Super not enough mana or his Ice Blast off of cooldown. And it does look like they're all going to retreat.
Yeah, that's a good pick off. Lina is the most farmed hero, so they get the most gold out of it. Ember Spirit has Veil queued up, but he's gonna buy Boots of Travel probably. That's how it goes.
Okay.
Did he buy it? Yeah, he actually did buy it. Like, he's just he just has that gold, and then tries to go for something. All right, I have 2,000 gold. I want to keep up with the farm. He can always. I guess I'm not a big fan of Boots of Travel to start, especially if the game is not going well for you as an Ember. Like you just have nothing, literally. But this game is all right because you can always TP to a bear and help him and get the gangs going. So
I guess the other thing
this is justified.
He's going back for the Maelstrom afterwards, it looks like. People have been talking a lot about that item and how good it is. As again, Jarek's going to be found and killed off here. It feels like iG.V definitely just continuing the pressure, but it's OG that are still farming really effectively around the map.
They want to go on a Tidehunter. Now he has a Ravage.
Underneath the tower, they turn it back around, find the stun, starting to bring him down, but S4, he gets the jump out. Able to get the ulti to turn it around, takes down Lina. And, well, he's going to feel good about that for a moment, but eventually the Tidehunter dies, and it's going to be another tower.
Yeah, definitely. They might even go for a second tower, just try to chop some damage off it.
It's a possibility.
Yeah, you talked about Maelstrom. Maelstrom is so good right now, and it's kind of a good counter item to an evasion because procs can be evaded.
Right. Yeah, that's a nifty one. And it's so much damage, too. It feels like every single time you're hitting, it's just like a big old nuke on somebody. So, Tier 1 tower going to drop down bottom. They have super and dogfights behind the Luna. And we'll see where they decide to go next. Fly moving forward. No Finger of Death, but can get down some wards if he wants. Runs into the wrong neighborhood and very quickly going to be dispatched. Top lane. Jump forward here. They have found themselves the Tidehunter. Jarex Can go for the pushback if he wants, or just containing him in the cogs, and knowing that Ravage still on cooldown, they take down iG.Vitality yet again, and gonna get a lot of damage onto this tower.
Yeah, he's gonna have a battle cry ready. And look at the damage on tower.
Yeah, that is insane. And down to about a quarter HP just like that. Well,
I gotta give credit to Tusk this game. Dog fights, almost said god fights. He was in every single kill and has 0 deaths, which is pretty hard to pull off with the Tusk, because you're the one who's rolling into the enemy, and then after most of the time you just die. He's gonna have Spirit Vessel 16 minutes completed.
yeah, it's really impressive. I mean, Dogfights has been one of those guys that, you know, Paparazzi was really the guy from IGV that blew up completely. But Dogfights is right up there with him as well as one of the best players on that team last year, and still stuck with his guns in his old organization. Still showing up and making big things happen.
They're gonna need to get BKBs inside of IGV. Once Lina finishes her Shadow Blade, it's just a pick-off tool. Can easily get a solo kill pretty much on anyone besides Ember Spirit. I love the pickup on Ember Spirit.
Oh my god, look at Super! Oh, you just got one hit there from S4. Now they jump forward for more. They do have a blink as well as the ulti if they want to use it. They got him caught out in trouble and going to go down the lift up. Spell magic to follow. Dogfights taken down as well. 3 dead from IGV and going to try and pressure another tower now.
Yeah, and they even let Seb to get the last hit. He went for a blade mail, so he can tank the damage from Luna ulti and Lina.
And look at iG.Vitality. He's caught also. No Tail is here as well as Jarex. All of the rest of them grouping together. He goes, maybe go for the Ravage now with the Ice Blast. I thought they were thinking about turning, but it's not the case.
They're playing really fast inside of OG at this point. They're not letting them breathe. What is this? Like, they have 2 observer wards at the same spot?
Yeah, wait, where is that at? Oh yeah, right over here. This is not great.
Like, they were placed at the same time. I did not see probably both of the supports placed one.
Yeah, maybe he thought that he had the sentry queued up or something. It happens occasionally. But now you look at this. They're going to try and find some type of retribution, and looks like Jerax is going to fall. But the turnaround, oh, they got him caught there for the moment. The Hex to follow, and Tusk likely to fall. So even when it's good, it's not good enough, as they end up losing the Luna rather, and, well, wow, Dogfights, what a player.
And nicely dodged.
All right.
This blade mail is doing so much work against the Luna. Like, she can't... I love to talk about uncontrollable damage.
Yeah.
There is unhealable, copyrighted by Grant. I want to make this copyrighted for me.
Okay.
Like, when I talk about uncontrollable damage, you go in with, let's say, Luna's Moonglaves. You can't control that. DP ulti. Or, let's say...
Leshrac?
Also, yeah, no, you can control this one. But
no,
like the Edict... Yeah. Like...
I'm picking up what you're putting down. Oh God, hello? Are you there? Oh, Lacoste.
Yeah, I'm there.
I thought you disappeared for a second.
No. I'm here. I'm just looking at the clockwork. He missed a hook shot.
Yeah. Dogfights still running, trying to get out of there. That's Jerax. He is going to get jumped on, and a Fear combo together with the chains as well. They blow up Jerax, take him down. Maybe a bit too far finally. Fly, running, hiding, Impale. There's the Gush, the follow-up, and oh, it's a dead. Poor little Lion. Although now they've shown up as well with No Tail. They turn it with the Ravage, trying to take these heroes down. Still, everybody is so low. They jump in with Sep, gonna take them down as well. A triple kill for him, and with the uncontrollable damage, they're almost gonna be able to take down and kill off Miracle. The Blade Mail working fabulously. The cost your genius.
Yeah, this Ember Spirit deals a ton of damage in the fights, and they need to focus him. Also, another clutch save from Tusk. Snowball. 3 people saved, but it was not enough. This Panda is doing God's work. Like, he goes in, Tusk AA. They don't provide any kind of lockdown for him.
Right.
20 minutes spawn. They should pick up the runes, bottom runes. Someone TP'd AA. He's gonna pick it up. Jarex, he should know something is up.
Oh yeah.
AA, does he wanna? Yeah,
Oh!
he knows.
How's
He
it going,
knows.
buddy? Nice to see ya. And the Ice Blast is gonna go out, but it is not enough at the time. Was that also the reveal? That was the Radiance reveal, I think, also of the bear, if I'm not mistaken. So that combo together with all the other things, it's feeling like this is OG finally creating that separation. It was really even for a while, and now they're starting to shoot ahead.
Yeah, they're gonna get Aegis probably to Seb. Feels way better than on Lone Druid.
Goes back there, picks it up. Blink Dagger is going to be his next item. Already halfway there after the Maelstrom already. He is farmed. And the chase, he wants some. Get over here. There's the Eul Scepter lift up. Does have 2 more remnants, but too far to jump.
4k gold lead. They have the tower damage in the Lone Druid. Radiance is up, plus a Mask of Madness. If they take a fight, win it, they can easily clear 2 sides.
Yeah.
BKBs are needed desperately on side of IGV.
Whoa, and Seb finds himself another kill onto Super, the turnaround, trying to keep Luna out of the fight, if at all possible. Seb, very low, does still have that Aegis available. They're starting to take down Jarex. They are going to kill off one, but S4 shows up, trying to get out of there. They break the TP. Miracle in trouble now, as the Ember misses the chains, but still will be able to chase him down, and nonetheless find the kill. They do blow up the Lion. Laguna Blade expended for that in July, feeling happy with himself, but is eventually going to be lifted, and they're thinking about sticking around a little while longer. Throw the Hurl Boulder in July. Seb, bold as brass, walking forward, thinking about going, and they get the kill. Jarex finds the finish. Beautiful stuff. He is going to pay for that one, though, as Lena takes him down. But nonetheless...
Meanwhile, on the top lane, Lone Druid just took 2 towers.
Oh my god. What a monster. So a 7,000 gold lead now, and it feels like it's just all tumbling away from iG.Vitality as they're losing towers left, right, center, losing heroes even more so.
I'm not sure if they can come back into this. If they take another fight without their BKBs,
Yeah.
that could be 2 sets of Raxes. Tidehunter, like, you don't feel the influence of this hero. There was no good Ravages. He has Mac mana boots, but it just doesn't feel like your classic Tidehunter, which is the front line, tanks all the damage.
I'm really surprised he didn't
him.
go Hood or Pipe. Yeah, right? Like,
Yes. Yeah.
I don't know. With the permanent immolation, with the radiance that's there, Maelstrom, all of Lion, like, all of these heroes do a ton of magic damage, but oh, they thought about going on Sep there. Can't find it.
I mean, if you look at it this way, if you look at through the math, Mac heals you 250 and gives you 2 armor for 65 seconds cooldown. And then we have a pipe which gives you 400 magic damage every 60 seconds. Pretty much the cooldown is the same.
Right.
Of course, the cost is bigger, but it provides you more because pretty much everything they have at this point is magical.
Yeah. I guess maybe his thought here is that he wants to help his team more and he didn't think he was going to get to a pipe or something. I don't know. It feels really rough. And now needing to come up with other answers. iG.Vitality definitely hurting in this one. Oh, Jarex drops down a ward. He also has a Blade Mail now. And we do have more chances to head down the bottom lane if they want to. The tier 2 tower completely open. They've got wards all over this area. Scout out movement.
So yeah, 2 BKBs coming pretty soon. Luna, 400 gold away, and Lena just bought one. Sold both Null Talismans to get it.
It feels rough. Yeah, and like the Shadowblade build, it's just nothing is sort of going the way that IGV want it to, and you can see that they had such different plans for this game. Like you find pickoffs with, like the the Ancient Apparition and a Shadowbladed Lena, but they're just not finding those opportunities.
Yeah, and your lanes are always going to be pushed out if you're OG. You have Ember Spirit with Boots of Travel, you have Bear with the Radiance, Clockwork Rockets just to shout the waves, and then you can take a fight where you want to.
Yeah. Oh. They do run into one here. They're looking for the opening. Oh, no! Oh, that hurt. Oh, he just walked away. He is at full HP now. That was a Laguna Blade expended and nothing gained.
Yeah, they can go for a Shrine right now since they killed the tier 3 tower on the top.
And again, Seb just goes in with impunity. He's not afraid of anything at this point right now, really. They don't have an Aegis, but a smoke up, maybe in desperation. They're trying to bait Miracle here, see if anybody shows up. They have a Shadow Blade forward. Who do they find? S4. Okay, can they hit the stun? They miss the stun. He gets the BKB off also, and there's going to be the turnaround. They pop the ultimate, chasing down this Lina in July. Might get lifted in a second. They almost got the kill. Half able to barely walk away from that one, and now the follow-up stun onto in July.
Rocket. Let's see. He timed it perfectly.
Oh, God, they got him. They got him with the rocket. Oh, Jarex, what a player.
Man.
What a guy. Lacoste with the shout-out. They get the Lina as the BKB wears off. He's counting in his head, and iG.V stunned right now. They can't believe it as they're starting to lose these buildings. They don't really have a great way to hold at all. They're trying to take down this bear, but it is feeling like a fool's errand at this point. Another couple stuns there as well. iG.V trying to hold off the jump. They pop the BKB on Miracle. He's down low as well. A regen rune picked up for Seb, who's jumped back into them. Blade Mail out going. Godlike streak. They hook in onto In July. Find him there with the cogs as well. Trying to take him down. The Ice Blast almost there. Almost on point. The Ravage able to dodge away from it. What? He threw out the Remnant and jumped backwards to it. It was just enough to find the kill and then get out. Alright, Seb's been reading. He's been reading.
Controlling these fights perfectly. Their positioning is so on point.
Another couple kills. The jump forward for more. They find the Hex. Lina caught yet again. They're chasing her down. Walrus Punch trying to kill off Fly. But even this guy's limit. He does finally go down. Another BKB charge. Chased. Seb chasing, killing. Double kill for him yet again. And it does look like GG well played is called. Off the back of a mad Ember Spirit.
Yeah,
OG
gotta
take
give
it.
credit to Seb. It just feels that they needed a little bit of time for everything to gel in their team. And, I mean, Seb has been on top of the leaderboards for pretty much all the time.
Yeah.
And I guess he felt the desire to play again instead of just coaching. And we can see why. He's extremely mechanically skilled, and his item build was just really on point this game.
And I mean, to be fair, the other thing that we got to keep in mind is that this is against iG.V. There's a lot of really good teams in this tournament, and they need to perform better against the other ones as well. Likewise, taking a look at the other side of it, it's iG.V. who have now gone 0-2 at the start of this group stage, and they got to be sweating. It's a scary place to be right now in this major.
It is, but you didn't think of two teams, Team Liquid and Virtus Pro, are not in this major.
That's a good point. That is a good point. They don't have to play against them. Well, Lacoste, any final words here as we finish off our second matches from Group A?
I'm glad that OG is doing well.
Yeah.
Although, as you mentioned, they played against iG.V. But dogfights, man. I think he deserves a better team. I gotta say, like, he's extremely skilled. Like, he was holding this game for them. If someone else was playing it, it could have been over 10 minutes ago. He was keeping them in game, like this one guy. Yeah,
and on a Tusk. Like, it's not often that you can say that on a Tusk. It's nuts. Really, really cool stuff. Well, ladies and gents, that's going to do it for this series. We still have more great Dota 2 action that's coming up right after this on the other channels right now, BTS, I believe 1 and 3. There should be other games that are going on simultaneously. Infamous versus IG, as well as Mineski versus Secret. In the last round, we had TNC and Newbie split games 1-1. ViCi Storm got 2-0'd by Vici, Ripjack. And then we also had IG win the first game against Infamous. So right now, it's looking as if Infamous and IGV are the bottom two of the group, but that could still switch around depending upon what happens over the next couple days. So stay tuned, everybody. More great action from MDL coming up right after this, and we'll see you guys then.